Hello. Right, I just wanted to do a quick video because it's easier than writing a blog, and you'll see why it needs to be a video. Got to apologise that it will be quite rambly. I woke up this morning and I just decided this would be something cool to do or interesting. Not even interesting. Just turn off now. Basically, I recently did an interview with a local paper called the Evening Echo about growing up with a stutter. And I know I talk to people individually about this quite often. I chat on Facebook and Twitter to people with stutters and things like that, but I realise it's not something I've really discussed hugely in the public or open, just because I've never considered it or thought about it. But I wanted to just say a few things now, because I met a guy last week who showed me a really interesting technique that I thought would be interesting to share. He's the bassist in a band called Poetic Cat, who are really good. You should check him out. He's also a videographer. And it was a technique, yeah. So I've got a stutter. I grew up with a stutter. My stutter was a lot worse as a kid. I had hypnosis and numerous other things that kind of helped it. Yeah, I'm fine with it. I think it's benefited me really. From an early age, it made me kind of capable of having two trails of thought going on at the same time. So because I'd be thinking a sentence or so ahead, identifying words I'm going to stutter on and then replacing them with other words, which I think helped me have a wider vocabulary as well. But yeah, that's all kind of irrelevant. The thing this guy taught me was interesting. All right, although my stutter's a lot better now, and I hardly stutter at all. You'll notice, obviously, on record I don't stutter. At shows I stutter a bit in between, like in some of the banter. There's one thing, there's one name that I always stutter on, and I've shown this in the tour van and things like that. I'll discuss this because it's kind of weird that there's a specific name that I can't say, and it's the name of a comedian. And I love comedy. I'm a huge fan of stand-up and just comedy in general. There's one comedian whose name I can't say, and that comedian is Dylan Moran. Now there you go. There's some. I'm glad I've got that because I can now just throw out genuine stutter as an example. But yeah, so I can't say the comedian Dylan Moran's name, or not easily. At least it's a struggle. That's why I've never gone to see him live, because of the rigmarole of having to tell people who I'm going to see. Who did you see last night? Dylan Moran. But the technique this kid taught me I found really interesting, and I think it's really applicable. He was saying when he types, so when he's talking and typing, you can't see, but I'm typing. I'm on my laptop here, so when he types, he doesn't stutter, and he suggested, has the lighting all just changed completely? Weird. He doesn't stutter at all when he types, and he then realised that even if he's not actually typing words, if he just plays out the motion of typing on the table, then he doesn't stutter. And even taking that to an extreme, you could just have your hand in your pocket or by your side, and typing things out would allow him to not stutter. And I found that interesting because I said I don't stutter when I rap or when I do spoken word, and it's probably because of the rhythmic element. So this is making it more rhythmic. So when I do this, I can say Dylan Moran, Dylan Moran, Dylan Moran, Dylan Moran, Dylan Moran, Dylan Moran, Dylan Moran. So when I'm not doing that, Dylan Moran, Dylan Moran all day long. Dylan Moran, Dylan Moran, Dylan Moran, Dylan Moran. Dylan Moran. And this isn't, I'm not Darren Brown, this isn't some scam. I just can't say that name. But yeah, I just found that really interesting, and I thought it's something that'd be cool to share. Because you can have your hand in your pocket, and I mean, as I said, I'm lucky enough that my stutter isn't that bad anymore. I've kind of, it's faded a lot as I got older. But yeah, I thought that was kind of a cool technique. So I thought I'd share that with you all. That's it now. I'll let you go back to I'll go back to just trying to promote and sell my shit, basically, and make you buy shit off my record label, buy the Giacomo Brown album, buy my record. DJ Yoda, I've got a track out with him today that's on his record, Chop Suey. The track's called R.I.P. Sega. So yeah, I've got a tour coming up in December, spoken word tour. It's ironic considering I've got a stutter, so I'm doing a whole tour where I'm just talking. But that little technique might fucking come in handy. Keep an eye out. If you think I'm got my hand in my pocket fiddling with my dick, I'm probably just stopping myself from stuttering during the banter. Totally not fiddling. Oh, there's an email. I bet a load of you have just checked to see if you've got an email. Anyway, see you all later. I'm Scroobius Pip, by the way.